And joining us now, United States Trade Representative, Ambassador Jameson Greer, who's in Stockholm, Sweden this morning to meet with Chinese trade negotiators. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll get to China in a moment, but first, talk to us a little bit more about this trade deal with the EU that President Trump announced yesterday. He certainly viewed it as a win. Some in Europe view it as sort of a tough but fair deal. Give us some of the basics.
It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me on. I think your encapsulation there is entirely accurate. This is a deal that is important for both countries. This is an enormous trading relationship. The EU is the largest destination for our exports. They send an enormous amount of exports to the United States. We have had an enormous trade deficit with the EU for a very long time. And a lot of that has been because the EU has historically had higher tariffs and non-tariff barriers on the United States. And this deal changes that. It is a structural change in the U.S.-EU trade relationship in favor of rebalancing. So the United States is going to have an opportunity to finally have improved market access. The EU acknowledges that, the legitimacy of the U.S. complaints, and we're going to be able to move forward on a much stronger footing with the EU in our trade relationship.
So, Mr. Ambassador, it's no secret there are tensions have at times been high between this administration and the EU. Are you hopeful now that with this deal in place that some of that will de-escalate, allowing further cooperation on matters economic and beyond?
Yes, that is definitely the case. We have already seen that. In recent weeks, the president had a big win at NATO when European countries came together to agree to increase their defense spending to the highest levels ever. And this, following on the heels of that big NATO win, really shows that the U.S.-EU relationship is going to the next level in a way that's cooperative, it's mutually beneficial, and I think strengthens both of our economies for the years to come.
So, Mr. Ambassador, let's turn now to negotiations with China, which is why you were in Sweden this morning. Give us an update there. And with the August 12th deadline looming to get a deal done, do you feel confident that can happen, or is there a possibility of an extension?
Well, I think, I haven't had the meeting yet. It'll happen shortly. So, we can circle back on that. But the reality is we've been having very constructive conversations with all of our trading partners. We come into these meetings with the Chinese frankly, with a strong hand, having made deals with the EU, Japan, and many others. And the Chinese are being very pragmatic. Obviously, we've had a lot of tensions over the years. We've had tensions now, but the fact that we are regularly meeting with them to address these issues, I think that gives us a good footing for these negotiations. Now, whether there'll be a deal or not, I can't say. Whether there's room for an extension, I can't say at this point. But the conversations are constructive and they're going in the right direction.
It's Ali Vitale here in Washington. A question for you as you wrap up the EU leg of these trade deals. You look ahead to the China deal that many are looking towards as well. Can you guarantee Americans still that they won't see an increase in prices, as many economic analysts do believe that they will?
Well, I think we need to look at the data. Obviously, in the first Trump term, we put a lot of tariffs on China. In the first Trump term, we put a lot of tariffs on China and inflation went down. Right now, we've had more tariffs on China for several months and inflation has not gone up very much at all. So we're just looking at the data. That's our best indicator of what's to come. I think if we are continuing in the same direction, I don't think we're not going to see significant inflation. We haven't seen it. There's no reason why we'd start seeing it suddenly.
Yeah, we'll be watching, though, in the weeks ahead to see what transpires. United States Trade Representative Jameson Greer, we know you've got meetings to get to. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.